For today's lesson, we are resuming with our revision exercise 2. This time, instead of expanding, we are going to factorize. So let us recap with question 4a. In order to factorize 17a plus 34b, we need to be able to see whether each of these terms have any common factors. Okay, so within 17a, we see that it is made out of 17 times a. This 34 over here is made out of 34. This 34b is made out of 34 times b. Now this 34 itself is made out of 17 times 2. So we see that for these two terms, 17a and 34b, there is a common factor, and the common factor is 17. So we're going to factorize out 17. Okay, let's write it down first. The first term, which is 17a, when you divide it by 17, we are left with a. So we just write that down. Now at the same time, you could be thinking in your mind, if I were to reverse this, that means I want to expand it using a rainbow method. This is what is going to happen for the first step. 17 multiplied by a. And we do get 17a. So we know that our first factorization is correct. Now let us consider the second term. Plus, this is a positive 34b. We take positive 34b, divide by the 17 over here, we will get a positive 2b. Because we saw that 34 has two factors, 17 and 2. So this here is our final answer. We can always do a quick check by taking 17 times a. So in our mind, we have 17a. Take the 17 multiplied by 2b, we get 34b. So here, we see that this is exactly the same as our original question. So we are sure that our answer in blue is correct. Please do part B by yourself. It is the same type of question. Try and find the common factors that exist in 24a as well as 36b. Let us move on to question 5a. Factorizing. Again, we are doing factorizing, but this time we have a y square term. Similar to part B, there is an x square term, and also for our next page. Now factorizing expressions like this with a square term, we will need to use our 9 boxes. Okay, and we fill in some of the things that are definite. So there's a multiplication over here. This is not x, this is a multiplication symbol. So we also know that right in the middle, it will be our square term. So this will be y square. We know that it is going to be like this. Next, we are going to write down our factors for negative 4. So negative 4 is equal to 1 times negative 4. There is another option which is 2 times of negative 2. There is another option which is 4 times of negative 1. Okay, so these are our options that we have. We will now attempt to fill in the blanks. I'll change the color. Now, whatever is in this box multiplied by this box must give us y squared. So what multiplied by itself, what multiplied by what will give us a y square? We only have one option, that is y times y. So we have now successfully filled up 2 more blanks. Now our job is to fill in these 2 blanks. Let's start with this top right hand corner in yellow. I have quite a number of choices to choose from. Okay, so the choices are 1, 2, 4 or -4, -2, -1. If I were to choose 1, then this box over here in green it must correspond. So this will be -4. Only when I have -4 times of 1, then I will get -4 over here. I'm sorry, this bottom right corner should be filled up earlier on already, because this is also fixed. So 1 times of -4 will result in -4. Okay, now that we have done the guessing, we now have to do the checking. So 1 times of y gives us y over here. Then next, -4 times of y gives us -4y. Our next step is to add up these two values, -4y plus y. That results in -3y, which is what they wanted. So we were lucky. Our very first guess, after checking, is the correct answer. Therefore, our factorized form is given by y plus 1 multiplied by y minus 4. Next, please do part B by yourself. I will help you with part C. So again, we are factorizing something with an x square. Draw your 9 boxes. Put in the multiplication. We know that x squared has to be in the center. This is the constant term. That means it doesn't have x. We put it over at the bottom right corner. So it is a +2, I don't have to write the plus. Then in order to arrive at x squared, in order to get x squared, I don't have a choice. It has to be x and x. Now I have to fill up 4 more blanks. So these 2 blanks with the red question mark, okay, let me highlight it as yellow and green again. This yellow, this is green. I am going to fill in the yellow and green box with factors of 2. So 2 can be written as 1 times 2. Is there any other way that we can write it? There is. It is -1 times -2. So these are the options that we can put inside our blanks. Now suppose I choose, I'm going to do a guess right now. I'm going to put in 1 over here and 2. So checking, 1 times 2 gives me 2 over here. Okay, makes sense. Now I'll next fill up the next blank. 1 times of x is x. 2 times of x is 2x. Let us add x with 2x in order to check whether we get the final term. So x plus 2x is 3x. It is not the same as -3x. So based on this, I know that I have guessed wrongly. Okay, so it can't be 1 and 2 anymore. Therefore, we have no choice but to choose -1 and -2. So taking -1 times x, we get -x. Taking -2 times x, we get -2x. Let's do the check. -2x minus x, it does give us -3x. So now our guess is correct. and we are ready to write down the final answer, the factorized form. So the factorized form is given by x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 2. I will also help you with part D. Again, this is a factorizing with a square term. So let us draw our 9 boxes. Put in whatever we know, multiplication, put in the y square term, put in the negative 6. Next, in order to arrive at y square, we have to take y multiplied by y. So now again we are left with 4 squares, 4 blanks. We break up the negative 6 into its factors. We have 1 times of negative 6. We could also have 2 times of negative 3. We could have 3 times of negative 2, and we could have 6 times of negative 1. So these are the options we have. We're gonna do a trial and error. But this time let's try and be smart about it. We try and do some mental sums. If I put in a 1, then this has to be negative 6. 1 times of y is y. Negative 6 times of y is negative 6y. If I put in a negative 6y here, plus y, I'll get negative 5y, which is different. So don't bother continuing. I know that 1 and negative 6 will not work. How about 2 and negative 3? Well, 2y will be inside this blank, negative 3y over here. I will also not get 5y. Don't waste time. For the same reason, this will also not work. We are left with one final choice, 6 and negative 1. Now 6 times of y is 6y, negative 1 times of y is negative y. From here, 6y minus y will give us 5y. So we know that we have now the correct answer. This is now factorized to become y plus 6 multiplied by y minus 1. Please finish up this. Take a picture until this question only. Take a picture of what you have done for question 4, question 5, including part B. Check your answer first with the PDF file that I'm sending. Check your answer. Do the corrections after you have marked it. And also include part C and part D in your photograph to be submitted. All these will be due today, which is Thursday, 9 April at 10 p.m.